Aloha and warm greetings. Thank you for inviting me into this sacred space of learning and compassion as we continue in this retreat of contemplation and connection. I'd like to reflect with you on love as a path of connection, a way of being. Master Cheng Yen said, "True happiness is measured by love and not by one's possessions." Thus, I would like to begin with a moment of reflection based on such happiness and love. In the musical reflection, we will hear the Pali language, Sabe, Sata, Suki, Hontu. This means, may all beings be happy. So, repeat after me. Sabe, Sata, Suki, Hontu. Sabe, Sata, Suki, Hontu. And let the words settle in your heart. So sit back and relax now as we enter this meditation.
May you be happy, may you be well, may you be free from enmity and ill will. Just like the love of a mother for a lonely child, let His great love suffuse from our hearts, boundless as the sky, boundless as the sea, boundless as the air that we breathe. Let His boundless love pervade in every space and nourishes every heart. Sate Sata Suki Hontu. Sate Sata Suki Hontu. Sate Sata Suki Hontu. Sate Sata Suki Hontu.
May all be happy, may all be well, may all be free from enmity and ill will. Just like the love of a mother for her only child, let His great love suffuse from our heart,
boundless as the sky, boundless as the sea, boundless as the air that we breathe. Let His boundless love pervade in every space and nourishes every heart. Sate Sata Suki Hontu. Sate Sata Suki Hontu. Sate Sata Suki Hontu. Sate Sata Suki Hontu. Boundless as the sky, boundless as the sea, Mama says the air that we breathe, let its boundless love pervades in every space and nourishes every heart. Sata Suki Hontu Sate Sata Suki Hontu Sate Sata Suki Hontu Sate Sata Suki Hontu Sata Suki Hontu Sate Sata Suki Hontu Sate Sata Suki Hontu Sate Sata Suki Hontu.
May all beings be happy. We often think of love as a feeling, but in the practice of chaplaincy and spiritual care, love becomes a way of being. When I was asked to share during this retreat, questions arose. What is authentic love? Where can it be experienced? What does one do with survival guilt? How do you accompany others through grief, trauma, loss? How does one practice self-loving care? What can we learn from the Bodhisattva way of love? I do not hold the answers, but collectively we can explore. Da-I, love as a path of connection, a way of being together. At the Honolulu Diamond Sangha, I learned to cultivate in the Japanese Zen Buddhist tradition the great vows for all. The many beings are numberless, I vow to save them. Greed, hatred, and ignorance rise endlessly, I vow to abandon them. Dharma gates are countless, I vow to wake to them. The Buddha's way is unsurpassed, I vow to embody it fully. Today, I invite us to see love as the radical, courageous, and spacious capacity to stay connected to ourselves, to one another, and to life, even in its most difficult moments. What is authentic love? In Buddhism, authentic love is not based on attachment or control. Master Cheng Yen said, love with expectation would never last. Lasting love must be intangible, pure, and unconditional. It's not the urge to fix someone or save them. It is a spacious, non-grasping presence that sees and accepts suffering without turning away. This kind of love is rooted in the Brahmaviharas, the four immeasurables. Metta, loving kindness. Karuna, compassion. Mudita, joy in the joy of others. Upekkha, equanimity. The Bodhisattva vow calls us to stay with the world in all its pain and to act with love. Vietnamese Dharma master Thich Nhat Hanh said, he also reminds us, real love is not based on attachment, but on freedom and compassion. This love doesn't say, I will love you if it simply says, I am here with you. So, as Buddhist spiritual carers, people who give care, our role is not to diagnose or to solve. We are to be companions, sometimes in the dark. We show up not with answers, but with presence. There is no agenda, just love expressed as spacious awareness. How do we create safe, caring spaces for ourselves and others? We begin with the spiritual practice of spiritual friendship, what the Buddha called kalyana mitata, noble friendship. We hold space for one another through simple actions, listening without judgment, silence that honors pain, meaningful rituals like the offering of merit, storytelling of remembering the good that one has done, networking with others that share a similar hope, dream, or vision. When we love with presence, we become anchors for others to feel safe, seen, and human again. So, what about self love and self care? Love must also turn inward. We often think self care is indulgent, but in chaplaincy or being a spiritual carer, it's essential. Boundaries are love, rest is love, saying no, taking a walk, drinking water mindfully. These are acts of connection to the sacred within. We care for ourselves not out of selfishness, but because we too are part of this web of interbeing. When we pause to breathe, when we cry with a client and then find time to restore, we are keeping love alive. Contemplative practice is not an escape, but a return to the truth that we are also made of flesh and blood and have natural human limitations. Last December, my aunt, who had already surpassed the survival rate of her rare form of cancer by 4 years, surrendered to home hospice care. She needed oxygen to help her breathe. The family adjusted to caring for her, and I with my regular pastoral visits. However, after a few months, the wear and tear of caregiving began to set in. She became a little more demanding as she was a very successful businesswoman. When I couldn't make a visit due to falling behind in school obligations, she called another person. I was, I felt dispensable and hurt. She was my aunt, and I loved her, after all. I was already deeply set in my mind into being a spiritual carer, to accompany her and the family until her final transition. I began to feel guilty and pushed myself to visit, even if I meant going home much later in the evening after school. My physical body was beginning to wear out, to burn out. Then I remembered what my Shifu once told me. If you die, you can't do any more good. Master Chang Yen said, you first must love yourself before you can love all human beings. Where was my guilt coming from? Pride. There was someone else who could help out with the spiritual care. I needed to accept that help and focus on the major times of need versus trying to do everything by myself and stretching myself thin. So The Bodhisattva way of love. The Bodhisattva vow invites us to love not from comfort but from commitment. To be a Bodhisattva is to say, though the path is long, I will walk it with open hands and heart. It's not about being perfect, it's about showing up, staying present when others are in pain, confused, angry, or afraid, meeting suffering with compassion and equanimity, not pity or burnout, holding the grief of others without drowning. This is the strong love of a bodhisattva, the one who returns again and again to help liberate others out of love, finding strength not in avoidance, but in staying with the open heart. May I become at all times a protector for those without protection, says Shantideva. So may all beings be happy, may all beings be peaceful, may all beings be safe from harm, and may all beings be loving kind. Thank you.